2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers come into this one after the win against New York. A tough overtime victory. They're hoping that they can find a way to win this one in.
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And before the game...
Well, Kevin.
Thank you, David. The playoff picture becoming more clear as every day goes by. Chris, do you feel the sixth...
Shit.
Hit by Ronnie Hickman, sets up his field.
Team spots is the right amount of teams that should make the playoffs, make the postseason?
Yeah, I do. You can't have more than half. You can't have much more trying to make it to the playoffs. And then listen, every team shouldn't make the playoffs. There's winners and there's losers. You have to deal with it. So, I feel like, yes, that number of 16 is right.
Touchdown, at least they need a touchdown to take the lead as we line up the Chris Boswell field goal, which will tie us up at 10 in the offensive struggle that has been the Browns and Steelers game this afternoon. We're 10-10 midway through the fourth quarter there in Cleveland.
Right on the mark.
Well said.
All right, so now another double box here. So actually we straightened out the down and distance. It's 3rd and 15. They did accept the penalty, not 4th down. 3rd and 15 for Kyler on the right side of your screen. It's the Bears just outside the red zone against the Lions.
Open a couple of times. Murray Jones out of the backfield. Jones makes one man miss with a beautiful hurdle. And again, it's almost a similar drive time.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Kings in Sacramento. And guys, for the Kings, they lost game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Well, the Kings have a whole load of players who can go off on any given night. Shaq, who's your pick to have a big game?
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. Look at the Lakers. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
This is where you have a chance to establish a pattern of dominance over another club. We'll see if they can ride the momentum off this last one.
And now the Lakers starting group, Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Williams is out there with Russell. And it's Baines in at the 5. And that one's good. Ingram. The NBA season can be a grind, Chris, especially in the meat of it like right now. How do you stay sharp during these dog days of the season or the middle of the season?
That's a great question, Kevin. You just got to stay focused. I mean, whether that is how you eat, how you focus, or whether that's how you stay off of your feet. You just want to make sure you stay mentally sharp, you know, and a lot of that is hanging around your family and friends as well, making sure that you stay around those that love you to keep you pumped up.
Great points. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. He gets that one.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
Well, that's what we call incentive. He gets rewarded for excellent defense on that play. Great job coming up with the steal and turning it into an easy bucket.
No good from Gabe.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
Both free throws good from Randall. The Kings have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Temple. He's guarded by Russell. Screened by Cousins. A follow. Misses off the left iron.
That's the kind of shot you want him to take every time. He just happened to miss that time.
Shots good by Baines.
Yes, Baines.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Dave Yeager for just a minute. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Wonderful, Dave. Thanks. They're thinking about their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, great thought, really, to have coming out of the locker room. Worry about making stops first and foremost. Let the offense take care of itself.
Well, and it's something under your control. If you give the effort, if your guys are communicating with one another, you know you can come out and play great defense. One thing you have to appreciate about Rudy Gay is just how fearless he plays on the floor. He goes right at defenders and loves to finish with a dunk. He's very aggressive in every aspect of his game, from offense to defense.
Here's Temple. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And it's going to be a 3-second call. 3 seconds. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Lakers.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Start it.
And watching the Kings, Chris, you can't help but think back to their glory years back in the early 2000s when you played for them.
I'm happy to be a part of that 2002 team. We set the franchise best for the team with 61 wins that year. You love the way that team played just because of how they played. Beautiful ball movement.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Anthony Towers. Barnes, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And McLemore subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Here's Temple. After the basket by Timothy Mozgov. Here's Calderon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. The Lakers, number 1.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect. And Calderon, perhaps one of the best free throw shooters in the game, perhaps one of the best ever.
Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Utah Jazz.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
Oh, man, the reserves were great. Give them credit. They provided intensity, energy. They gave the offense a tremendous boost.
could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Has anyone read the scouting report? I mean, that's his game. He's always looking to get quality shots from that area when he can.
Here's Mozgov. Lays it up and banks it in. Mozgov's got his second basket.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Strategy obvious. Their game plan is to get the ball as close to the basket, and so far it's been paying off extremely well.
Here's Temple. No good on that last second attempt there. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Lakers lead by 11. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Johnson watches him on the in-cutting route. They get to the deep corner by Williams. Beautifully executed.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
I mean, jumping, passing lanes, pressuring the ball, really forcing their opponents into some of these mistakes.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Sacramento, Caspi is out there with Barnes. Then it's McLemore. Then there's Kufis. And it's Temple in at the point guard. Here's Temple. Jose Calderon making his last shot. Barnes kicks to Caspi. McLemore, the pass to Temple. Good ball movement here by the Kings. 5 to shoot. Mozgov with the block. Dang against Barnes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. There's a lot of former players now in coaching in the NBA. Let's say you had to assemble a pickup squad from the head coaching ranks. Who are we talking about here?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I'm going with Jason Kidd, Tyrone Lue, Steve Kerr.
Yes.
Earl Watson. How about Luke Walton?
Yes.
And then Scott Brooks, Doc Rivers.
Yes.
Man, the list goes on and on.
That's right. Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Stolen by Gay. In the corner, it's McLemore. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Oh, Kevin, he positioned himself perfectly and had all the room to drop that one in, just couldn't get it to go.
And the shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
17-foot shot on the way. And that one hits back iron. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, we've seen DeMarcus Cousins become one of the elite big men in the NBA, dominant in the post and even adding the three-pointer to his game. But at times, his temper has overshadowed his talent. Cousins says he's now turned a corner, saying, "My mind has grown. I understand the league better. I understand the politics of it. Now I'm becoming the professional I need to be." It took time. Guys, he understands he now has to lead by example.
He wants to win, David. We know that. Thank you. The Kings making a switch here. Tolliver's checked in. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Lakers. Ingram comes in for Luol Deng. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And stolen by Russell. And that one's good. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
There's 1:47 left in the second quarter. And McLemore kicks to Cousins. Tries to snap the cold streak. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
And Cousins stands 6'11", 270 pounds. He plays the game with heart and passion. And it's no doubt that Cousins is one of the premier big men in this league. I mean, look at what he does in every facet of the game. He can do it all. He's arguably the best center in the league right now, and he's still very young.
The Lakers making a switch here. Nance is checked in. Here's Baines, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now here's McLemore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Cousins. That shot missing. Williams with the defensive effort. And for Cousins, many will say he's the best center in the league, Chris. It's rare to see a player with his size do what he can do.
Well, Cousins' footwork is so nice on offense that he can be impossible to slow up. He still has great bulk to his game. He has no problem going through defenders if he needs to. The only person that slows him up is himself.
And that one's good, Ingram.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, some people call it front running, but as the league continues to expand, their confidence continues to soar right now.
Sacramento making some changes. Caspi, he's checked in for Gay. And Garrett Temple subbed in for McLemore. The Lakers also changing it up. Calderon comes in for Williams. And Smith subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Now here's Aflalo. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Utah Jazz. Sinks the three-pointer.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Here's Smith. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Ish Smith. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Smith hits them both. The Kings trail by 21. Here's Temple. Aflalo outside. 1 second left. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Lakers ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15-5 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. The Lakers did not hesitate to set the pace. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. And it was nothing short of an offensive barrage as the second quarter wore on, as they were able to close out the half with a 15-5 run. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny. That concludes our halftime.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Brandon Ingram with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
He's taking his time, not forcing anything, just getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Russell is out there with Williams, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Oh, I love the anticipation on that play. Might have stolen it if he were there just about a half a step sooner.
Gay kicks to Temple. There's the pick. Lock at 6. Back to Gay. Tolliver dishes to Temple. Goes up on the wing. Chris, so often we'll see one play in a game that seems to change the mentality, the momentum, the feel on the floor. As a player, do you feel it when just one play can alter the mood of a game, change the pace of a game?
Well, yeah, Kevin, you can definitely feel it. I mean, a lot of times, you're trying to invoke it, implore it. You're trying to speak it into existence.
Yes.
So, if you see someone that gets a big steal when you need one and you guys have been, plotting for it on the sideline in the huddle, or if you see a guy hit a big three that ties up the game and, it's a 17-4 run and it makes everyone believe, and then the roar of the crowd and how that goes, momentum is definitely tangible. When you see someone get dunked on and one poster, take the lead up by one, crowd goes crazy. I believe, it actually affects you physically. Your heartbeat, your pulse, your endorphins, your adrenaline, everything gets going. So, yeah, you definitely can feel when the play alters the mood of a game.
Great way to put it. Ben McLemore, he is checked in for Sacramento. And the Lakers also making a change. Deng's checked in. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Baines, and the rejection by Cousins. The shot's good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
What? Didn't he just throw that out of bounds? How's it out on me? What? When did I touch it?
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Nobody near game. Chris, you're a Detroit product through and through. Grew up in the area and played for the University of Michigan. Did growing up in Detroit impact at all how you played the game?
Oh, man, definitely. Growing up on the west side of Detroit, I just... everybody in Detroit were Pistons fans. So, number one, that influenced me a big time. It's funny, Isaiah was my favorite player, and after he won the MVP a couple of times, he would always say, "Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom." So that's why after every game, I actually did it and was influenced that way. And Chuck Daly, he was a mentor to me. He knew me in high school, but as I grew older, his relationship meant a lot to me. So I can't thank, Isaiah and Rick Mahorn. I met those guys in high school. I can't thank them enough for their positive influence on me. Guys like John Sally and of course, Joe Dumars. So played for other teams, but as a fan, I always grew up a Pistons fan.
You jump off the bench for that.
That's an aggressive approach to the rack, but still he calmly floated it in. Now, what I like about Omar Casper is that he gives you a little bit of everything when he's on the floor. He can hit the three, attack the rim, and he scores in transition. He always finds a way to bring something that the team needs.
Here's Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink?
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Caspi. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. Caspi's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Caspi is just a nuisance to guard for many reasons, including his ability to get big, down low, and come away with the easy bucket.
Here's Randall. Off target from three-point range. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From deep, McLemore. A rebound by the Lakers. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough battle all night. I thought their great conditioning was the difference in the outcome.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Here's Caspi, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. They've got Caspi. He's out there with Matt Barnes. Labissiere out there with Richardson. And it's Patterson in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Barnes outside. You look around the NBA, Chris, at all the head coaches, a lot of new names. Why do you think teams are still looking for fresh faces on the bench? Guys that may not have the big name that get the head coaching jobs?
Well, I think because guys want to see something new. I think sometimes you get to see a guy's personality or a situation may precede itself as far as for a coach. And so I think a lot of times people just kind of want to start things off with a clear slate their way and have the loyalty of a guy that's only coached for their team. And for some it works, for some it doesn't. But once again, it's only one championship to go around a year.
Well said.
That's his first personal.
That's good from Young.
At the line for the Lakers, Nick Young taking 2 shots.
And so Young nails them both. And Dave Yeager, a meticulous coach, considered a great X's and O's guy.
Well, all you can say is he's a hard-working coach who lives for the game. You see his resourcefulness making adjustments in big games. Unassuming personality-wise, but he brings tremendous passion to his job.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And we all know that winning away from home is never easy, but these guys are putting on a clinic on how to do it today.
Here's Richardson. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
It appears as if he just spaced out temporarily there. Really an unfortunate turnover.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Labissiere with the screen for Richardson. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Richardson missing again. Lakers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. A nice shot by Yee.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
They have come out of the locker room with a real fire and desire to get more high-quality looks at the basket.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That's his first foul. Chris, you and I were just talking about DeAndre Jordan and all that happened to him a couple years ago at Dallas. He agreed to go to the Mavs, then changed his mind. The league ended up shortening the free agency moratorium from 10 days to 5. Do you like that change?
You know what? It depends on who you are in this situation. You know, having been a free agent before, I know that you need a little bit of time to think. You might want to get away and also, you know, you have to go visit cities. So can you know, visit 2 or 3 cities and make your decision in those 5 days? But then again, it gives you a good deadline to have to do it. So for me, this is not something, you know, we have teams that break contracts all the time, or we have teams that let guys go all the time. I didn't feel that sorry for Dallas in this situation. So for me, I just felt that the league modified it and good for everyone. Let's go and get the game started.
Great points. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Russell.
He was just impossible to keep up with offensively. He was the key for them playing at such a high level and at such a great pace. No matter what kind of D they threw at him, he found a way to keep putting the ball in the bucket.
Patterson, he's checked in for Barnes. Mozgov, he's checked in for the Lakers. Good, and Wedges gets the assist.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
When one guy gets hot sometimes, it's infectious, and the team does too. That's what seemed to happen for them on that play.
They set the screen, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Lamar Patterson at the line for 2.
That one is off. Labissiere is checked in for the Kings. He hits the second from the line.
And he wanted all of those, trying to fight their way back into this.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two. The first one falls.
During Cassby's career, he has seen his role improve. A dependable scorer who can flat out fill it up, especially from beyond the arc.
And both free throws good for Cassby. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 14-6 run. The pass to Young. Oh, that's blocked. And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's Richardson. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. Looking at the clock, it appears they might be out of luck.
Huertas lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quiet.
Well, the fans have sounded lost and disappointed, which is exactly what they were hoping to accomplish.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jose, the offense really working tonight. What were you saying to the team before and during the game about your offensive approach?
The only thing I wanted to say to the guys today was just be a little bit more patient. Don't go too fast. If we don't have a good shot, let's just run like a high screen or something. It's a better option than a bad shot, So I think we understand that. We execute a little bit better the plays. The ball went where we wanted to. So I think it was great. Everybody did a great job today.
Yeah, everything looked like it was working, Jose. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
Well, how about his shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open or double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player who's that reliable, you're a tough team to beat.
His points in the paint were a big factor for them tonight.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson.
And we go quad box. The celebration in the upper left-hand corner for the Cleveland Browns. Lower right-hand corner, Sam Howell, 1st and 15. You got to get down towards the end zone. He's just going to throw that one away, and it's an interception. He was trying to throw it out of bounds, and the Giants with a pick six to seal it. New York going to get their 3rd win of the year. Washington will fall for the 2nd time and get swept by the Giants in this division matchup. Oh, Sam Howell. Aiden O'Connell, the rookie quarterback, gets Devontae Adams. The Raiders are not done yet. An open wide receiver for the Chargers, but he couldn't haul it in. Oh, no. Quentin Johnston, the rookie, had a deep shot. That was going to put the Chargers at least into field goal range. Herbert made the pass, but the rookie could not haul it in. Action here in the late goings of the 4th quarter of week 11 in this 8-game early window. Giants pick 6. I mean, it's not over. There's 16 seconds left, but they're up by 2 touchdowns. The Giants are going to win that football game. Aiden O'Connell needs a touchdown to be the hero. Hard, incomplete, and looking for the tight end, Hooper. And we got a stoppage. Matt LaFleur says, okay, guys, let's gather ourselves. The Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers will come down to at least one more play. 4th and 6. If the Packers make this stop, the Packers win. They get their 4th victory of 2023.
In a combination of either Devontae inside or Mayer inside and Tucker to the outside to where he can get to try to get some separation. If you're trying to take your shot right here. Second down and 10. Good time. Going deep. Looking for Tucker. Intercepted. Another one for Ramsey. Another interception. Sealing the game for the Dolphins. 3 seconds to go. And movement up front. And it's going to be offsides against the Packers. Rashawn Earhart.
Offside. Just brave, drowning in, won't save me. It's crime if you don't inspire back road.